Hi, I'm Reuben, and today I'm sharing the summary of the book Healthy Sleep by Doctors Andrew Weil and Reuben Naiman. Reuben? I think it's Reuben. It's spelled Rubin. I know that's definitely not Reuben. They said Reuben in the book, but Rubin is Reuben. So the book is Healthy Sleep by these two guys, and this is a book focused on insomnia, which they define as trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. You wake up in the middle of the night, might be that you just wake up really early in the morning. I've had that problem a lot, where you wake up at, say, 3 a.m. and you're just up for the day. So it's a lot of strategies on what to do if this happens. Short listen. I did the audiobook. It was 2 hours and 19 minutes. I powered through this fairly quickly, took a handful of notes. I'm going to start out by saying there wasn't a ton of new information in here, really, if any. There's another book. It's called Sleep Smarter, 21 Essential Strategies to Sleep Your Way to a Better Body, Better Health, and Bigger Success by Shawn Stevenson. That was great. I picked up a lot of tips in there. It was a much longer book. It felt much more comprehensive. This was more, this was more condensed. So if you're just going to read one book on sleep, don't make it this one. Make this something to add on to something else you've read. Sleep Smarter was a great book. So a few key points. This author says that these authors say that while 7 or 8 hours might be ideal for most people, everybody's different. And some people really are fine with 4 hours of sleep. The whole notion that you need 7 or 8 hours of sleep or whatever, it's just a generality. Everybody's very different. That you can't take one approach and say everybody needs this. Most of what these doctors deal with is people having trouble staying asleep. Usually people are able to fall asleep okay, but it's staying asleep that people have issues with. They say that if it's hard for you to fall asleep, it's probably the result of an overactive brain. And he has a big focus on sleep hygiene. He feels that this is very important. And that deals with your mattress, the room that you're in, the amount of light in your room, and the amount of noise coming into your ears. And I think it's all pretty obvious, but I'll just share with you the quick key points here. It's stuff that's really important to helping you fall asleep. You need to have a comfortable mattress, comfortable room. Your room should only be used for sleeping. And I've heard in other books one other activity, and that's it. And you should not spend your time playing games in your room. You should not work in your room. You should not watch TV in your room. Your room should be used for sleeping, and it teaches your body that this is what this room is for. Your room should be completely dark. Even small amounts of light can have a severe effect on your ability to fall asleep and your sleep quality. You need a black room. You should have a black room. I won't say need, but ideally you should have a black room. And then also silence. You should have a quiet atmosphere. That is a huge problem for people. Having phones next to them, having phones that ding, phones that aren't silenced, other family members, people snoring next to them, all these things. I mean, it seems so obvious, but they make a big difference on the quality of sleep. The doctor is quite opposed to any types of prescription drugs for sleep. He says that they are all dangerous. Or the doctors say they're all dangerous. They say that they interfere with dreaming, with memory, with concentration. Many of these cause dependence and habituation and rebound insomnia once you try to get off them. So the doctors do not like sleep drugs at all. And they say that sleep drugs are actually some of the most difficult drugs to get off of out of anything out there. So big fans of doing anything other than taking sleep drugs. It's an absolute last resort. To help people know if they have a sleep... Oh, wait. While I'm on drugs, there are a couple of alternatives that are discussed in the book. One of them is melatonin. They don't have any problem with that. They don't really talk a lot about how to use melatonin appropriately and effectively. There's a way to do it, and I'm not going to dig into it for this book summary. And then he also talks about valerian. I think it's valerian root. He talks about those two things quite a bit, and they didn't have any problems with those things. So to know if you have a sleep problem, ask yourself how your daytime energy is. How long does it take you to fall asleep? If it takes you more than 20 minutes to fall asleep, that is a case of sleep onset insomnia. If you have low energy levels throughout the day, it's probably a sleep problem. You're probably not getting enough sleep, enough quality sleep. More on the bedroom. One other thing I forgot to mention is that your bedroom should also be cool and quiet at night. The ideal temperature for your bedroom is 68 degrees, and your bed should be cool as well. No heated blankets. It should be a cool atmosphere. You can use blankets, but let your body heat bring up that temperature. Don't create artificial heat. That will not help you sleep as well. Better physical activity will lead to better sleep. Timing and intensity matters, though. If you exercise too late in the day, it may have an adverse effect on your ability to fall asleep. The authors also say that lack of sleep can lead to weight gain and obesity. They discussed it a little bit in the book. They said it has to do with insulin production. Doctors talked a lot about breath work and breath observation and thinking about your own breath as you're trying to fall asleep. They said that naps actually help your sleep, but don't take naps for any longer than 20 minutes. More than that, and it can start messing up your sleep in the evening. And he said that for people with insomnia, however, you should not take naps because that might actually make things worse for you. And then last little tip here was tips for couples. When couples sleep together, they say that to get the best sleep for both of them, they should get in the rhythm of going to bed at the same time, awaking at the same time. The spooning position is ideal, keeping that as long as you can, and actually trying to breathe together. Breathe in together, breathe out together. And when you both get in this rhythm, that will make it easiest for you to both fall asleep at the same time and have the longest, most restorative type of sleep when couples do this. So that was a new piece of information that I had not come across anywhere. So that was the book. Easy read, not bad. Not my first choice when it comes to sleep science, though. All right. Thanks for watching.